Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Serious Strategy Gamer, and we are returning to Hearts of Iron 4. And it is about time that we step up our invasion of the United States. We have invaded the southern tip of the peninsula of Florida, but we're now ready to start a secondary invasion in the rear of the reaction forces that the Americans have been sending against us. Let's see how well that is going to turn out. What I want to do as well is grab the 2nd Panzer Corps here. You guys are going to set sail and you're going to start to get towards Miami, but I'm going to keep you around just so that you can land very quickly now at our new stages here. So, that being said, let's set out of here. I don't think we need the naval preparation plan, so we're just going to go ahead and kick off these invasions just like so. And I think without further ado, let's go ahead here. Now, I did just send out a couple of Lend-Lease things. They should be coming online fairly soon. Let's just briefly check on what's going on over here. Now, I think everything is fine. Yeah, see, there we go. Italy is accepting. It's mostly older planes that we're sending towards them. By the way, notice just how much equipment the Americans are lacking here. I'm not entirely sure what they don't have, but you know what? We could potentially actually check on that, couldn't we? So what does your stockpile say? Your stockpile says you don't have any artillery, you have plenty of infantry equipment, and you don't seem to have a lot of support equipment either. No, you do. So pretty much the only thing that you're missing is artillery. Interesting, interesting. So that means these guys here are quite short on stuff that they could be using. Let's see how well our landings are going to go. There we go. That's our guy setting sail. And very soon they should start to land there. I'm not entirely sure whether they will be encountering any resistance or not, but we're going to see. Okay, the first one actually already went there without suffering anything. Let's set off the Fallschirmjägers as well. I'm really intrigued to see how they're going to do. And the next thing that I wanted to do is... Ooh, what's going on over here? Okay, for a second I was afraid here. But you guys are actually going to land over here. So let's set you up there. Hopefully that's going to be alright. You guys did land, and this time at least your strength didn't suffer quite as badly as before. So I'm guessing that's something? I don't know. Right, you guys can go to the south here, because obviously our goal here is to squeeze these guys in a little bit. See whether we can do anything. You know what? Actually, you guys should also go south, because everyone else is going to land slightly north of you. Here's the first actual air battle that we have. Yeah, honestly, paratroopers don't seem to be super great in doing things like this. We are supporting this attack now from other sides, and that does sort of work a little bit. But let's see. Okay, come on, guys, do land over here. You guys can start to fan out a little bit, especially towards some of these places that seem to be logistic hubs. Okay, there we go. You have attack down there. So we have made a small pocket here. Only 13 guys, really, but at least it's something. So let's ask you guys here to start your advance. That's a 6 army. I'm not entirely sure whether your thing still is going on there. Let's try it like this. Come on, you should be doing fine. Yeah, the mouse heavy tanks. It's exactly these two that are still down here. Which are still part of the battle lines here. You guys are attacking there, but why are you not attacking anymore? Were you beaten back greatly? I think you were. Right, but you should be beating all of these guys pretty fast, actually. There we go. Americans have decrypted our ciphers, but at this point this is really not that relevant because these guys are gone now. There we go. Come on, everyone. Just bob it. There we go. Okay, fine. Right, at this point we can start to look at the mess that has been created up here in terms of front lines. Get rid of all of that. Thank you. And then what we're going to do is we're going to grab... So firstly, where are our... well, firstly, let's actually check on what's going on over here. Lots of destroyers being sunk from the Mexicans, it seems. Not sure why they were coming out in 40 all of a sudden. They are bombing us, but not too badly for now. So that's fine. But where are our troops? There you guys are. You're still a little bit out. Just like that. Got to admit. Right. Now that being said, where do we want to place our motorized forces? I think going up the east coast probably has the best prospects, although, you know what, I would like to cut across the Gulf here a little bit. Have you guys be over here. Yeah, you're going to be re-engaging that, and then your idea is going to go to go up there. Right, that's fine. Fallschirm troops, you guys can please get back to Nassau. All of you. And then you're going to continue to do some training because you have lost a lot of your organization. Marine troops, your job is going to be to come back here. You're going to start to exercise there, and then maybe we're going to do some further naval landings. You know what? Actually do not do exercises because, as some of you guys have pointed out, there are still other valuable targets somewhere. Specifically down here in Gibraltar. Sorry, not Gibraltar, Panama. Speaking of Gibraltar, Gibraltar might be a good target. I don't think we can invade it technically from seaside. We can attack Cyprus though, and we can launch another attack down here. Maybe let's do that. I don't actually think we need this to be a proper naval invasion. I think we can get by if I can just click on this. There we go. Sorry, my bad. That was right click. It should have been left click. Well, there you guys go. Okay, get the Marines down there. That's going to be alright. And then this troop can also... Yeah, I think... You know what? No, not you. Actually, one of you groups here. You guys are the City Busters. You guys are going to be over here, and you're going to advance towards the population centers over there. And the 6th Army, your job is going to be somewhere in between, and you're going to generally go towards, let's say, the Midwest. Or Chicago, or whatever. Yeah, there we go. Good. Everyone do your thing. You guys aren't going to land? You're not taking any weird routes? No, you're thankfully not. I appreciate that a lot. Good. Right, so we've got the airbase down here. We should actually look at the rail infrastructure, but I don't think we can really do that sensibly now. So let's wait there a moment anyway. More troops are coming in here. Where are our other mechanized forces going? There, that's alright. More convoys being sunk, always nice to see. For a second there, I thought I was seeing a strafing attack. But I don't think that's what we saw at all. But we are seeing more American troops though, that's okay. We've got these are normal panzer divisions. Oh yeah, let's try to go towards Atlanta. And capture a little bit of this and that. The organization on our mechanized forces is pretty low for the moment. But I still think this is going to be alright. Okay, there's a proper attack here by our 20th Panzer Division against the what looks like a French division actually, by the name of it. So doing fine here. You guys have made your way towards Atlanta. Let's take a look at the infrastructure. I don't think... Yeah, no, we can see it. This is looking good actually. I would like to cut a lot of the infrastructure if we can. So let's try to advance north here towards some of these centers. We're going to try to follow the rail lines and just generally make life miserable for them. So that's what we do. Right, you guys come around, just encircle them, make a tiny encirclement there. That's going to be alright. You guys are going to get towards the north here. You guys are going to make your way to Birmingham, where I hear they love their governor. City Busters, all you guys are going to be very far away. They're sinking our convoys. There's probably these Fallschirmjägers getting out of the fray here. It's going to be alright. You guys are all going north. Maybe one of you guys should be going south? Just an idea. Good stuff there. You guys are both going north. One of you goes there. One of you goes here. Just encircle that guy down there. Improved engine. Nice. And not something that requires an upgrade really at this moment. So I think we're going to be alright there. There's really not that much else that we need, technically, I think. So we might as well go for slightly better construction. Engineering, yeah, no. Yeah. That's too far away, really. That's really a no. Never really got to the depth charge throwers. I don't think we need the modern torpedo launchers. I suppose slightly better shells might be better, so let's do research them. What's this naval battle? It's not the convoy. 4 destroyers. Nice. I did not expect that. Okay. Small encirclement here. Just 2 divisions, but still. After destroying 3 divisions earlier, I think that is still pretty good. Right. Unfortunate. I don't think we can get an overrun situation down here. Mobile itself is going to be difficult to get to. Nevertheless, let's try to advance here. And look at this. That, my friends, is worrisome. Because that indicates that the Americans do have their nuclear program up and running. And that is slightly terrifying, honestly. Right, so honestly, I didn't want to fan you guys out that widely. I actually just mostly saw more troops down here, and that is why we decided to go this route rather than anything else. That being said, by the way, you guys... No, you actually do have an order already. Let's go ahead and use that then. You're going to attack there, that's nice. Yeah. Everyone here suffers from pretty bad supply. And you guys actually somewhat overextended. Let's try to get there. Looks like an important rail hub. Yeah. It is, and we can run that route. Unfortunately, we can't really use all of these railways. I'm not sure why. I would understand that if it's in the... If it's in... Do we want to go here? No, yeah. If it was in the Soviet Union, because they do use a different rail gauge there. But I don't think the US does. I think it should be normal there. Quote unquote normal. I mean... What's normal, right? Okay. Good work down here. Yeah, fine, fantastic, I like it. That should be easily dealt with. Then let's try to grab just at least this rail line here. I don't think we need to advance crazy far. But at least I want to grab this. I do want to grab that. This area here. Just here, please. Thank you. Yeah, that's going to be alright. Yeah, that should be a-okay. Good. That's covering a lot of this area here. But afterwards, just once we have that, what we're actually going to do, and I think we can do that just by adjusting this planning. I would like you to focus somewhat more on this area there. Like so. And like so. So everyone is going to shift there once they have done the manual attacks that we just ordered them to do, which is going to be alright. You guys, on the other hand, can then go ahead and do form up a frontier and just advance towards Nevada or something, and do that whenever you're ready. They are damaging some of our stuff here, but we are shooting down so many of their planes. Still, they literally have thousands of these, so it is going to be quite tough. Guys, I just ordered you attack. Can you do that? Yeah, Charleston should be relatively easy to get to. Right, let's try to encircle a couple of guys down here. I mean, basically at this point, it feels like we have broken the spirit of the United States. It's May 1945. Maybe we can do that by an historical date. Let's say September. I think 2nd of December is V-Day East, right? Right, guys, can you actually go ahead with the attack there? Also, what can you pick as an... Oh, that's just the guerrilla fighter. Yeah, I do really dislike that. Really doesn't do that much for us. Polish operative. Well, that's interesting. Not sure what you were still doing. Did I not give you an attack order? I did. So why are you not following up on that? Yeah, and soon you're don't have front line, and you're gonna look at me like sheepishly what I'm supposed to do. Right, let's drive on towards Washington. Don't know who will do the honors here. Speaking of honors, maybe... You know what? Let's grab these guys here. Yeah, you're gonna come up there pretty fast. Nice. And the city busters, you can stay down here for a moment. Everyone is doing the thing. You're already attacking here, which is great to see. How's the rail infrastructure looking? A little bit better, so let's start by expanding it. And we are going to build it up as big as possible from our initial landing grounds here. Don't think it should matter too much, but still it's going to be good to have some solid infrastructure around. Unfortunately though, we have so many things that we're going to produce before, and to be honest, I don't want to really upgrade everything, just prioritize it, so I think it's going to be alright like this. Right, let's get you to Norfolk. And unfortunately we did not encircle that many troops down here, or we did so in a sort of dynamic fashion. We actually have a lot of free military factories. Let's pump them all into modern tanks. Which unfortunately does mean we need to buy more things here from our lovely neighbours who still have this stuff. There we go. Right. Lots of expansions here. Washington is not in range yet. They have put in a couple of troops before us. So... that's a no. Yeah, still we are rolling up the entire east coast, and honestly it almost looks like we're rolling up the west coast as well. Their troops being encircled left and right, and Washington is about to fall. It's a pity that it wasn't the Mausers who got them. Maybe they're going to be able to do that. I just like... I've a soft spot in my head for the super heavy tanks. Come on. Nah. Just, yeah, get up there first. Then you can do more things once you're there. Right, let's try to encircle Washington if we can't get it right away. I'm wondering where their secondary target or secondary capital is going to be. You guys are going to encircle there. That's lovely. Let's grab these airfields. You guys are going to be encircled down here. Yeah. And everyone is still pushing up. Yeah, they're wide open. They're really, really wide open. I would have expected many more troops here in this sort of area. Right. City planners, you still are right up here. That's okay. But you really, your job is going to be to really get into Washington, please. There we go. Didn't make our way over here. Let's try to grab the rail line. Yeah, he could attack Washington, but I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. It's an urban terrain, so really it's not kind of the best for that. What are you guys doing? Why are you lazy? Let's try to cut the entire US in half. Maybe you guys can actually try to take that one out. Try to get towards Chicago. Just beeline towards it, please. Yeah, you're doing fine. Do a little switch around, and here we seem to be doing fine in Baltimore. That's okay. You guys are going to be assigned to that. Don't want you to be acting over here at all, but everyone else should be getting over here, and then we are going to get ready to encircle them, which is fairly lovely, isn't it? Pittsburgh, maybe? Yep. Wow, troops though, there are the mouse panzers and the other stuff. So indeed, that should be nice. Good. Columbus? No. You know what? Let's actually connect up the rail first. That has the higher priority. What are you doing? And there we go. Chicago captured. Nice. I really wish it would count rivers or lakes the same way it does count, for example, sea. So that it doesn't maintain that there's a front line over here, but it should actually be 2. So a bit unfortunate that it doesn't do that, but what can you do? Right, spot these guys pretty quickly here. Fill out the rest of the stuff. Troopers are arriving over here in Washington. British Malaya has capitulated. That's great news. That means the Japanese have obviously captured that ground. Okay, Philadelphia, under attack at least. Even if at this point probably not going to be that successful. And honestly, the Mouses are honestly the worst kind of troops that you could use in an urban environment. I think they have a ridiculously bad modifier, but it's simply going to be fun. And it's simply going to be, you know, this is the capital of the United States, so of course we're going to try to take that with some sort of clever force. Detroit. You guys go down here. You capture Columbus. Yeah, look at all of these things though. That means they have enormous amounts of nuclear reactors. And that is a tad bit concerning. You go there, you go there. Someone here goes north? Yeah, you do. Great. Taco there, get rid of these little pockets here. There we go. I'm not sure why you do have a radar installation in the middle of your country, but you do. So that's fine. And now that we have all of these troops here in place, let's start out with the super heavy tanks. You're ridiculously underpowered because of the terrain minus 70%. But you've got a couple of bodies here which should help you out pretty neatly if they do reinforce. And you can see they, on the other hand, have only minus 30%. So still not great. But oh, we don't have any Shotkämpfer in here. Not yet. Oh, come on. We specifically built these guys. Yeah, look at them. So these guys only minus 10%. So they should be pretty good at this. And I'm hoping that they are. Right. you guys. Trying to finish them off there in the north. Philadelphia still raging that battle. So, okay. Honestly, you guys might as well support over here. Or, you know what? Let's actually bring you over here. Make sure that our guys there trying to cut off Philadelphia are fine. There we go. Washington. We should get a pop-up now, shouldn't we? Plus another 5 divisions down here. The fall of Washington DC. Fighting in the area of Washington DC came to an end today when the last pockets of resistance in the city were eliminated by German forces advancing along the Potomac. A dense layer of smoke hang over the city, and at least some of it reportedly comes from OSS agents who were burning sensitive documents up until the very last moment. A Waffen-SS detachment secured the White House after a brief fight with members of the US Secret Service, but it is believed that the president was safely evacuated several days ago. The fall of the American capital illustrates the terrible might of the German war machine. Indeed it does. Indeed it does. They seem to be terribly overwhelmed. They are being driven back across all fronts here. And indeed, I think we can safely say, I mean, New York here is going to fall without a fight even. So that does tell you something about the level of the American resistance that they can, at this point, still put up. And it's not pretty. It really isn't. Right, nevertheless, let's try to capture the rail lines at least. Detroit has been captured. Well, Canada is an enemy too, but... And yeah, I know that there's a lot of things up there bobbing up. But yeah, they can't even offer any meaningful resistance over here. Their current capital is LA. Yeah, that does make some sense, I suppose. We've got this little bugger down here. Maybe can we... try to get rid of him. The fall of New York. After hours of street warfare, much of it reportedly against armed irregulars, German spearheads have advanced into New York City and taken control over the city. Improved anti-tank barriers placed along Fifth Avenue proved ineffective, and Panzer Grenadiers fought their way through Manhattan, block by block. Fires have been raging out of control in the eastern parts of the city for several days now, lighting up the skyline at night. The Statue of Liberty was decapitated by a stray artillery round, which side it fired remains a matter of dispute. Well, that's pretty grim there. So still, we do have New York, so there's that. Let's advance on towards Boston. Let's take a brief look here at how close they are actually to capitulating. Not that close, it seems, 67%. Let's also keep an eye on our operatives, because they have now all been overrun. So you guys are all going to relocate to California to continue to build up networks in that area at least. There no other place? Well, I suppose we could go for Southern Ontario. And what other place? Well, there is Australia technically, I suppose. This entire area here, how does it look? Yeah, pretty grim supply situation for our enemies there. Oh! Well, did we just see a carrier sunk there? I didn't quite pay enough attention. Right, you guys are training. That's actually not what you're supposed to do. You guys, on the other hand, not sure why you're still down here. Let's get you attached to that bit. You're going to move over there, please. Yeah, you are. Great. You guys are building up your attack plan here. Have you attacked that? Yes, yeah, okay. But you don't have the organization yet. That's fine. You don't need that necessarily. You're doing this. Get rid of that guy. Get a decent front line going over here. Where on earth are you going? Didn't I tell you to go to Boston? Maybe you ran out of organization and that's why you sort of came back. Well, let's run there. There are some, especially Mexican troops there, which seem to be forming somewhat of a resistance group, but it's not going to be significant for a long time. Okay, this area here, I would say safely in our hands here. We need to be slightly careful here. We are overextending, but let's try to get rid of them. Houston might fall. This guy for sure is going to fall. Canadian division there. Yeah, but we're driving so brutally forward here. I don't suppose that the Americans do have much of a chance. Which does actually give me an idea for the next series that we might be playing. But I will not say that yet. But do keep an eye. If you like this episode or this channel, this playthrough here, you might actually like that too. Okay, tactical bomb is done. Nice. Let's go to production, and we do have a lot of air experience actually. So let's go ahead and build variants of you. And I suppose I would like you to give you more range and more reliability. But I would actually prefer slightly more reliability. And I think that indicates actually, because it's only at 88, that our guys did not do a lot of good for us. And I'm going to say what I meant with that in a second. Again, this doesn't do much. This is fine. Okay, let's go ahead with this. Decommission that. That's okay. And then look at the tactical bombers. Where are you? There you are, guys. 30 factories dedicated towards that. Let's duplicates the Henschel here. We are incredibly short on any chromium at all. Portugal Zium. Why doesn't Japan have any? Didn't you? This is tungsten, not chromium. So the only real source of chromium would be to capture South Africa, I suppose. I really don't want to do that. It's just too far away. It's really painful to try to get anything down there. Let's simply try to buy it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, little pockets of resistance here and there, but at this point it almost feels like we are fighting militias. By the way, I always do find it cute just when people think that a militia would actually, in a modern day war, provide a very good defense. Montreal and Ottawa in our grasp now. Come on, guys. I mean, the only way for militia to be truly effective and truly pose an actual threat towards an invader if it does have heavy infantry equipment provided by third parties. We did capture Ottawa there. I'm hoping that we're going to get a pop-up for that. Yeah, but notice all of these little bots, blobs that do remain over here. Oh, we do have a research slot available. Oh yeah, that was for the tactical bombers. How about... This is ahead of time. Don't really like these things, but we might want to produce them. More artillery pieces. We don't have a lot of AA, but honestly at this point, why should we care? Okay, let's go for separate mains here. It's fine. But it does feel a lot like this is going to be just a matter of time until we basically have all of the United States here. How close are you to capitulating again? 36% you have. Yeah, I think we're going to separate these things out. But at this point I'm going to call it a day and say that, you know, basically, effectively, for all intents and purposes, I'm feeling confident to say we have won this Let's Play. There's of course a lot of mopping up operations that we could do. But given that this game doesn't even have an end screen, which I always find it kind of not amazing, I don't think there's much point in going through all of this. They are completely broken. They have, what do they have? 100 divisions? They're fielding 600,000 men. They have 200 fighters, and they have pretty much no navy whatsoever. They used to have a lot of factories. They still do, to be fair. 300 factories. That's about as much as half as much as we have. So that's surprisingly many, I would say. But come on, they are beaten. They are truly and thoroughly beaten over here. So I think the only thing that I want to do here is, let's take a look at the modern tanks. So we've got 290 at the moment. What happens if we upgrade our medium tanks here to include these guys? Yeah, piercing and armor goes up significantly. Let's do it. Even though we are not able to fulfill everything here, I do still think it's a worthwhile thing to do. And honestly, the production of that is going to ramp up so quickly. With how many of these being produced per day? 7 per day, and this is at 40% efficiency cap. So that's going to grow very fast, especially as we can add more factories onto this. How many factories do we have? Just a lot of them, right? Yeah, let's say 140 factories committed to that. That's going to ramp up so quickly. Yeah, there's some air situation here because we haven't really paid much attention to that. But honestly, at this point, none of that really matters. I think we can very confidently say, ooh, look at this. We have one. Okay, you know what? One thing that I do want to do is get you guys to attack here and see whether we actually have any chance of being able to overwhelm them. I think the very clear answer is we do not. It appears like they're putting out much more damage than we can, and we only have like a single direction for attack. The only chance that we had is if we can randomly kick out like 2 of these divisions, but it would take a lot of successive rounds of attacks there, and I suppose that's not really going to go anywhere. Do we want to do this for the sake of completeness? You know what, guys? I'm going to call it a day here, and you guys do answer me in the comments. Do you want to see more of this? Do we want to see us mopping up the United States and Canada and Mexico, I suppose? Or do we say that, you know, at this point, this is it? Either way, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Do leave a like and everything, and I hope to see you around next time. Bye-bye.